welcome to Girl Let's Agree to Disagree with my girl Kemi. I am Jessica Milagros, and we are here to recap the final 3 episodes of the week 2 of Love Island UK Series 7. This one, there was a lot to cover, so I'll try to go fast, but we have 2 new girls in the villa, Lucinda and Millie. We have all the boys turning their heads, a lot of men that are grafting where they shouldn't be grafting. And then, you have a few boys in the villa who have ended relationships. And some girls that have kind of put the stop on some relationships until things get better. So overall, Kemi, what do you think about the season?
I feel like the season's picking up. This week was a good one. Up until this last episode kind of dragged on. I feel like we could have done without the episode and had the exact same information. But as far as the women coming in, I do really, really, really like Millie. I know everyone's like stuck on Lucinda. She's gorgeous. Millie's also very pretty. And I just love her personality. She flirts the exact same way that I do. So it's like looking at like the blonde British version of myself on TV, flirting with the 6'7" guy. So I love it. I mean, honestly, I am not surprised that they turned a bunch of heads, but I think that's what the season needed, some energy to pick it up.
Absolutely. One of the fun things about when 2 people come in is that we get to see more dates, right? So they had both of the girls had dates, and they got to choose 3 of the boys of their choosing to go on kind of like a food date. The boys were going to make them food, and they got to choose the starter, the entree, and the dessert. Are you surprised with who the girls picked?
I was surprised that Lucinda picked Aaron and not Liam. That threw me for a loop. I didn't see that coming. I'm not surprised that both women picked Hugo. I feel as though production had a hand in that. But I'm obviously not surprised that Lucinda picked Brad because he's gorgeous. And then, Millie picked the 6'7" guy. That's not surprising either. I mean, 6'7", that's very hard to miss.
Insane.
So that's what I would pick. Yeah.
They are, I mean, like, it was very crazy how tall that man is. But one of the interesting things about this is we go into these dates, and it looks like it's like good chat all around, right? So one of the main things that stood out, though, is obviously the women and how either bothered they were, unbothered they were. We have an instance where Aaron is telling Sharon and kind of cutting ties with her, saying that he wanted to cut ties with her prior to Lucinda picking him, but didn't have the opportunity, but thought that, outside of the house, they were not, or outside of the villa, they were not going to really fare well, mainly because she doesn't want children and he does, and he doesn't like the feistiness of her. She's a little upset and saying that she would rather have talked about it versus him just kind of give up and give her a chance to kind of fix things. Who would you side on in this case?
I think I'm more so leaning towards Aaron's side. I know how I am. I feel like I'm more like him in a relationship where I like things to be chilled. I don't like a lot of like chaotic energy in the relationship specifically, as well as in the partner. So I would never date someone like Jake, who's like the life of the party. I would date someone more like Aaron, who's a bit chilled and just relaxed. So I see where he's coming from. Like, if that isn't something that you like or that you're okay with, then it can be a serious red flag. Because for me, like, if I was out with a guy that I was dating and then he gets into some sort of like verbal tongue lashing with someone else, like publicly, I would be like, I'm not with him. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Absolutely.
it's too much for me. But on the other hand, I do see where she's coming from, where Sharon's coming from, that they could have had an open conversation about it. But, you know, at the same time, I do think that it's a lot more than just the Hugo situation. Like, if you're saying you want 0 kids and he's saying he wants 4, like that, no one's going to compromise on something like that, especially in such a short-term relationship that isn't really anything yet, you know?
Absolutely.
And then she mentioned to, I believe it was Kaz, that it's really unfair for him to want to break things off because she doesn't want to have kids. So you go back to confirming the fact that you don't want to have kids and then saying that, you know, it's unfair. And I don't know that that's unfair. I mean, I feel like that's like top 3 in relationships. Like, are
Absolutely.
we
It's
willing?
your finances, it's kids, and usually just like religious or political views, really.
So it's like, if you're unwilling to have kids, like, I mean,
Yeah, that's a major break. Yeah, that's a breaker for someone. Aaron wasn't the only one with a turning head. We have, someone like Jake who was interested in Millie. Um, and one of the things that I particularly love about this is that when, Liberty got the, whiff of that, she literally paused everything and just kind of not friend zoned him, but just kind of like put the brakes. How much of this that Jake now like wants Liberty and says he's totally smitten for her and things of that nature? Like, do you, because he said that he needed to be tested. Did he really get tested, or did he just get rejected by Millie?
yeah, I think that Millie was the only one of the 2 women who was even open to like entertaining him, and then she shut it down, so he had no other option. I don't think it was completely his choice. Like, I think that if Lucinda really laid it on heavy, factor 50, then, you know, I don't know that Liberty and Jake would be having the same conversation. And he was really gaslighting her. Like, that didn't go unnoticed. Like, you're getting annoyed at the fact that she's saying that she wants to receive the same effort she's putting in. Very much weirdo behavior, but yeah.
Agreed. I cannot stand it. But one of the things that I really did enjoy, and what I usually always enjoy, is your challenges, right? So this challenge was the line of booty, and it was just so cute because it was it was them in cute little costumes, like officer costumes, and girls kind of go down the slide and they get to choose the boy that they want to interrogate and feel up on and then lock them up. This is very telling because this was the moment where a little something surprising happened, which was Chloe came out of her claw wrenches and decided that she wanted to take a crack at Toby. Took him out of the jail that Kaz put him in and made out with him.
I think this is what the season needed. I mean, we needed drama, we needed energy, we needed someone being stolen from someone else. Like, this is what Love Island is about. But as far as like putting myself in their shoes, I definitely see why Kaz is upset, and she has every right to be upset. But at the same time, I feel like Chloe has every right to see if there's something there between her and Toby. You know, like, I feel like you give every guy a chance that you want. Like, even if someone wanted to go after Jake, like, you're there to find love. Like, you met these other women while you were in the villa, and like, yes, there is girl code, but if you're trying to find love, like, you never know who it's going to be with. So
Absolutely. And one of the things that I have to give Kaz credit for is kind of, later on in this last episode, I felt like she took things with class. She was very classy about it, and told Chloe, look, like, this is if anybody was to have kind of loyalty to me, it would have been Toby. Like you have no loyalty to me. So really there's no reason why I should be mad at you. Which and I agree, because I mean, like you said, she's kind of doing what needs to be done. At the end of the day, you're there for yourself and to find love. If she leaves the villa because she never decided to pursue, something that would really suck, just because she wants to be liked by the women who she's not really there for.
The moment that Lucinda and Millie walked in, like it was like the blondes link up. And she said bye to the other girls in the villa. Like they forgot Liberty on the side. She's blonde too. So yeah, it was
Absolutely.
like, she found girls that she clicks with more. So it makes you wonder like how close she was to these other women anyways.
So now we have the whole Lucinda, Millie, and Chloe alliance. It's like their little naughty, what they call it, their naughty group, and what's also interesting is that Aaron now, or Sharon, has actually mentioned that Aaron is kind of giving her mixed signals, right? Giving her mixed signals.
Aaron's gonna revert back to Sharon because Lucinda and Millie have stronger connections with other guys in the villa, so he has no choice. Um, I, I'm interested to see how Sharon actually handles this, because her feelings seem to be really, really strong for Aaron. But at the same time, it's like this was just yesterday where you saw what happened. So like, use your brain, sweetheart. Like, definitely, secure your spot in the villa, but don't get too attached.
Absolutely. But I think it's such, I mean, aside from Sharon, because it's not really showing, I mean, at this point, she's not worried about anybody taking her man, because nobody wants her man at this point, right? It's very interesting to see how how Faye, how Kaz, and Liberty are reacting to like their men just kind of getting all super silly over these girls. So I will have to say I'm very surprised. Faye has been very classy in regard to like, hey, there's nothing I can do about Liam. And the same goes for Kaz, right? But
Yeah,
now
I think
we
Kaz is handling it really well.
insanely.
I think Faye, like, she doesn't even have feelings for Liam, so it's kind of like good riddance, you know?
I'm interested to see like Rachel too, because there hasn't been much of Rachel. There was none of Rachel this episode. I think the whole crying and just being made look a fool of kind of was it for her. And you couldn't see it. But at this point, the whole Brad and Lucinda thing looked like it's gonna be, it's pretty much a sealed deal at this point.
At least on Brad's end. I mean, Faye and Lucinda had a conversation where Lucinda kind of echoed what every other woman who was in any sort of anything with Brad said, that, he's beautiful, but then the moment he opens his mouth, it's like, oh, and I wish I could be a fly on the wall when he finds out that this is his like legacy.
So we end kind of everything with the fact that there is a new boy coming into the villa. His name is Teddy, and that's all that we know. He's coming in. We have no idea what's going to happen on Sunday, but we're super excited about it. Who do you think is going to leave the villa?
Honestly, I think Kaz, which is so unfortunate. So only one woman's gonna leave the villa, right? Because Hugo's gonna save someone. So you know
Absolutely.
what? Actually, I see if he couples up with Rachel, I could see Hugo saving Kaz. If he couples up with Faye, I could see Hugo saving Kaz. So I feel like maybe then either Faye or Rachel goes home.
This
Yeah.
is going to be an interesting one. I'm really excited to see it. It's finally kind of picking up. So hoping, and then also let's not forget that it seems like maybe, just maybe, after Jake and Liberty's date, that maybe he's finally kind of realizing that he has a thing with her. She almost mentioned, she said she was falling in love, which
Someone needs to catch her. Someone needs to catch her. No.
it's like,
Mm-mm.
baby girl, it's been a week. It's been a week, boo. It's been,
It's been a week, and your man is has binoculars looking for the next petite blonde. Casa Amor, if they make it to Casa Amor, like that is going to be devastating. Like, whew, that is going to be a hard one to watch because he's like waiting for the opportunity to like leave her.
so you don't think he's sincere?
No, not at all. I think he might think he's sincere, sure. But I think it's one of those things where it's like, you know, I'm in a confined environment and like I do really get along with this person and like I have no other options. Like he has no other options. So I feel like if even given the opportunity to have an option, like he's hopping at it. So
Absolutely.
I think, and I could see it very easily being like two or three petite blondes in Casa Amor, and then, you know, they may not really be into him, but then they use him for a ride back to the main villa. He breaks Liberty's heart, and then they ditch him, and then he tries to get back with Liberty, and then I know she'd probably entertain it, you know? So
Absolutely.
it's just, I'm waiting for it to happen.
Yeah, we're only 2 weeks in, so let us know what you all think. Let us know, who do you think is gonna leave the villa this time? Who do you think Teddy may gravitate toward? And do you believe in like girl code? I don't know. Do you think Chloe was right? Do you think Chloe was wrong? Do you think it's all the men's fault for looking?
Oh, wait.
Or yeah, let us know. If you don't already, click like and subscribe. Click smash the notification bell so that you know when our next recap is going to be uploaded. We are going to be doing this all season. Any final uh anything final that you would like to say, Kemi?
You know, I do honestly hope, and I hate to say this, but I hope that Rachel's the one to leave. I am not sure how my good sis caught feelings for Brad that quickly and that deeply, but that is dangerous, and I don't like it. Like, even the fact that she picked him in the competition was a little bit cringe to me.
Yeah.
I didn't expect that, and you
You would
can
have picked poor Hugo, and let's talk about like how poor Hugo wasn't. That's embarrassing. I felt so bad for him.
the fact that he had to walk over to the jail, like, oh my
And he
god.
said it. He's like, yeah, this isn't embarrassing at all. I was like, poor baby. I felt so
But you
bad.
know what? Are we feeling bad for him because no one wants him? Or are we feeling bad for him because he's such a nice guy? Because I distinctly remember in his intro package him saying something about a half night stand and how, like, after he's done hooking up with the girl, he kicks her out of bed and out of the house because he doesn't want her staying over, and he invented the half night stand. So I mean, karma always finds its way to come back around. So
That is so true. Um, yeah, so let us all know what you think. And again, if you don't, click like, subscribe, click to receive those notifications, and we will see you in the next few days to recap what actually went down in the villa. Okay, till then, bye.